Well, good afternoon. So I'm going to make some roasted vegetables. I really don't think I've done nearly enough videos on roasted vegetables, and it seems that it's getting more popular all the time. So what's wrong with me? Why haven't I? Well, I'm doing it today. This is my cookbook, Pop It in the Toaster Oven, which you can buy anywhere, on Amazon, online, at your favorite bookstore. It's alive and well after all these years, and I have to say that I have over 250 really great healthy recipes in here. And there's a whole section on roasted vegetables. And what I say in my cookbook is that roasting vegetables makes vegetables so delicious because in the baking process, the water is removed a bit from the vegetables, concentrated, caramelized to some degree. All of those lovely proteins and nourishing things in vegetables are concentrated, and the flavor is enhanced. Not only that, but then you get this really nice sort of crispy, browned surface, depending on how much you want. You can bake them more, you can bake them less, and you get this wonderful look to them. It's so much better than if you steam them or if you boil them in water and all the nutrients go away. There's nothing there except mush. So this is I am advocating for today roasting vegetables. So I already have my toaster oven set at 425. Now, I have gone through some recipes that say 475 for roasting vegetables, and then it's usually like a half an hour, 45 minutes, depending on what you're roasting. But with a toaster oven, the elements are much closer to what you're roasting. So you probably don't need that much temperature, but you do need some because you're going to bake these things. So I'm going to show you what I've put together now. Really simple. When I'm roasting vegetables, I kind of like to have things cut up according to what they are. For instance, the zucchini here is larger because it's softer and it will roast faster. The pepper is thinner because it has more fiber and it's going to take a longer time. And the celery here, well, it's going to take even longer than that, and also for the onions. So the smaller pieces go to the more fibrous, harder vegetables, and the softer ones get to be a little bit larger. All of these things now, these vegetables, are going to go onto this baking sheet. Now, if you have a toaster oven, or if you're thinking of getting a toaster oven, you'll discover that I think all of them come with a baking sheet like this, and usually there's a broiling rack that fits in that as well. So I've lined this baking sheet with foil because the roasting does tend to make things dark and crusty sometimes, so then I don't have to clean the pan. Hey. Okay, so I'm just going to add some olive oil and sprinkle it on here like this. This is nice cold press olive oil. I like this toasted garlic flavor. I'm going to put this on, and then some salt. This is like a kosher salt. So I'll probably salt again later, but we'll just season this. And this is it. Now you think about this for a minute. So you're going to have vegetables, and the kids hate vegetables. Well, I think they're going to like these, The other thing is, if you chop all your vegetables up, and you can boil them or steam them, that's fine. This goes into the toaster oven. I think I'm going to try I think a half an hour, and then we'll see what happens. And, then I can walk away, I'll set the timer, and can do something else, What's wrong with that? I don't have to stand over the stove and keep checking things and see if they're done. You know, I'm sort of beta testing this in a way. I mean, I do have roasted vegetable recipes in my cookbook, but they pertain to other ingredients. So I think if you're trying something new, you know, experiment it with it first. You might want to just be very moderate with adjusting the time and everything and checking it. And then once you get the feeling for, you know, what you're going to be roasting and, you know, how long it's going to be. So it's just a kind of a sort of off the top of your head kind of thing, which is, I love to cook that way. So anyway, I'm going to set the timer for a half an hour, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so I added another 5 minutes, so it was a total of 45 minutes. I have to say that roasted vegetables smell wonderful. My kitchen smells wonderful. And everything is cooked, beautifully done, and everything is sweet, you know. There's a nice toasted, almost sort of crusty coating. And the zucchini is sweet. It has a wonderful flavor. There are more easy recipes like this in my Pop It in the Toaster Oven cookbook. And a lot of them just entail mixing up the ingredients and popping them in the toaster oven and doing something else. And not standing over the stove and cooking and getting hot and getting frazzled. This was done all by the toaster oven, beautifully done, and it's pretty. It's really quite lovely, so I would give this a try. Now that I'm tasting this and these wonderful flavors, I'm thinking I'll finish it off with some lemon juice or lime juice, or maybe a little mayo or some hollandaise. You know, a little sauce on this would go a long way, depending on, you know, what kind of flavor you would like to introduce, whether it would be a tart flavor or savory. All different kinds of spices would be nice to enhance this as well. But I would definitely give this a try. Pop it in the toaster oven. Yum.